Alright, hello everybody, welcome to another video here on my YouTube, another live stream. I'm sorry I haven't really done one recently. I'm trying to do more, but I've been busy with my work, and anybody that's going to ask questions, about my job and stuff, trying to, get answers from me, like questions I don't really want to answer, you can shut the fuck up. So, you know who you are. Anybody that's going to try, keep asking questions or anything like that, I'm not saying anything about my job. So let's get into this. So they have released some new stuff, as you can see by the stuff on here. So they have the new inning bosses, and that's my squad that it is, as it is right now. I just got Anthony Santander upgraded to Parallel 5, and I'm probably going to replace him now. Of course, a lot of people have him at Parallel 5, 59,000 to be exact, and I am one of them. I just played a game, but I got shut out, unfortunately. Santander did have a hit in the game. He did pretty well. He was 40 for 153, 40 hits and 153 at bats. Average wasn't really that great. It was 261. He had 10 home runs. I used him in play against computer as well too, and he did pretty well. But of course, them games are always on like rookie and veteran, or conquest, probably that sort of thing. But mostly, I think it was play against computer. Well, I keep saying computer all the time, but CPU I keep putting it as. Have you heard any noise in the background or anything? I'm watching a movie. I'm watching Rookie of the Year. I just watched Major League 2. Well, not the whole thing, because I've seen the movie many times. Same thing with Rookie of the Year, but I love this movie more than the other movie, Major League 2. The first Major League is the best. So, now let's replace Santander, and am I going to... Yeah, I'm probably going to go with Adam Dunn. He's a new card that they've added to the game. Not a new person in the game. He's been in the game since MLB 21, I want to say, or 20, one of those. But he's not a switch hitter. He's a left fielder, and he also can play first base. This is his 535-foot home run edition. It's a milestone one. He did hit a lot of home runs, of course, but he's not no Hall of Famer because his average is very, very bad. His career average is like 240 or something like that, probably less than that because he struck out a good amount of times. Had he not struck out a lot, he would be a 280 hitter. So, of course, other stuff to go over, the programs. So, if I did not go over them, I'm sorry. We still have the Sammy Sosa one, which is the 20 in June program. All this stuff you get, and of course at 100 you get the 95 Sammy Sosa, but he is still not available. I think he's not going to be available until like June 20-something. But just these things you got to do. You got to hit these home runs with Sammy Sosa because he hit a lot of home runs in the month of June. He hit 20. Yeah. I know it's a lot of controversy, but it is pretty amazing. So we got this one here, another home run. So these are pretty much worth 4 apiece. So we have 4, 8, 12, 16, 18, 20, and 24. If I get like any more of them, if I finish those, I did get the home runs at right fielders. I have to get 5 more home runs at Cubs. So I'm not really going to do that. I'm just going to do like some ranked season stuff. Try and do, some of that. So we got 4, 8, 12, 16, 18, and 20. Because the others I did get done. So 20 and 16 is 36. So that would put me all the way there. Would just get me a bunch of XP, 2,000 XP. So pretty much 6,000 XP would be. And if I get any of the other stuff done, it'll just get me there. And it'll probably get me like halfway to Sammy Sosa. Not really. The other one would be 4 as well, too. It'd probably just be about, somewhere in the mid-40s, not really 50 or anything like that. Anywho, then we had Lou Gehrig Day. I already got him, and I have him in my lineup because I love using Lou Gehrig. He's a great card to use. Some may disagree and say, he's not, but really he is. I did all the stuff, to get him. Got all the stats done in the moments. Yep. Then we have the Pipeline Pass, which is the players from the pipeline, like the players that are like the best players to watch and all that stuff, and they're retro ones. Now, of course, one person was complaining about that. I'm not going to say any names, but the reason is he was complaining is because of all the players, I guess. Honestly, I think they're pretty cool. I mean, some are okay and some, are pretty cool. So we got 87 Jonathan India. He currently plays for the Royals, I think. Yeah, he does. Then we got Kevin Gosman, a flashback from the Baltimore Orioles. And I remember when he came up in 2013 with us, and yes, he's still pitching to this day. His pitches are pretty good with a four-seamer fastball, will touch 100, and a splitter, slider, circle change, and curveball. He does throw a sinker now, and I thought for sure this card would have a sinker, but it doesn't. But it does not. But that's okay. I did use him in a game, which is off camera or off. Well, it wasn't filmed, yeah, pretty much. But yeah, he didn't do so great, unfortunately. He took the loss. He struck out 2, walked 1. And unfortunately, the person kept taking a lot of pitches, and he pitched 5 innings. And I used him in a. I did not use him in a game play against computer. Then some XP, stubs, and packs. Then we got an 89 Jose Iglesias. I used him in a play versus computer game. We got a 90 Mickey Moniak from the Philadelphia Phillies, and this Iglesias one is from the Red Sox. We got a 91 Garrett Cole. Now this one I think is amazing because his pitch selections are great. He even has a sinker. And yeah, a lot of times, but in my opinion, 90% of the times, pitchers use a sinker a lot of times, sometimes a little bit more than a fastball, but they still have it, but they do have, the sinker. And he has a slider to go along with it, a knuckle curve, and a circle change. Of course, his live series does not have that. And I've used him in a game. I used him, and he did all right. I mean, trying to see how many earned runs he gave up. He gave up 2 and a couple of home runs. And this actually was against a World Series player, and I actually won. Sorry, the game isn't, filmed or anything like that, but I had to go to work. This actually was earlier this morning, so I'm doing this now currently at 8:49 Eastern time. Yes, it's evening time, and I'm off of work, and I'm off of work for the next 2 days. I deserve a break because I've been working too much. Yeah, and I just think this card is really, really good. It says that this one was in versus CPU, but it was not. It was a ranked seasons game. Now moving on to the rest, and then we have a 92 Joey Gallo, and I have not used him yet, but he looks pretty amazing. I mean, attributes, max power against righties, 115 power against lefties, arm, is pretty good, fielding is not really that great, durability is good. I know a lot of people don't really focus on that kind of stuff, but I just, talk about it anyway. And he's a third baseman. He can play first and left field as well. Now, of course, we also have other people, too. We have others that are part of a collection. Now, this is where it gets pretty interesting. So for 5 of them here, I did collect 5 of them, and that net me some points there. That net me 30. But, of course, now we have the 92 players. Here we have 92 Jared Kelenic. Yeah, it's Kelenic, it's pronounced. I thought it was like Kelenic or, that sort of thing. It's Kelenic. And he's still playing. I can't remember what team. I want to say it's the Braves, but hey, Siri. What team does Jared Kelenic play for?
Jared Kelenic plays for Atlanta Braves.
Kelenic, as Siri says it. But yeah, he plays with the Braves. Then we have 92 Xander Bogaerts, and as you see, he goes for about 16,000 stubs. That's the sell now price, but that's the one where you bid on the players. Where it says buy now at 19,000, don't do that. You go to where it says sell now, and you put in a buy order. Yeah, that way you try and get them for that price instead of what the buy now price is. Then we have 92 Nate Pearson. And he looks like a pretty good card as well, too, but I don't know if I'm going to buy him. He goes for over 20,000 stubs. Now, here's the problem. Here's the real expensive one. 92 Kyle Schwarber, and it's a catcher because Kyle Schwarber, yes, has been a catcher, and sometimes he has a secondary position of that with some of his other cards too. Like when he played for the Nationals in 2021, he had a secondary position of that, and a few others. I think there was one where he had a secondary position of catcher. But yeah, and this card, of course, looks amazing too. Now, let's take a look at the price. Oh my goodness, over 200,000 stubs. And of course, as you see how much I have, there's no way, that I can, buy that. I mean, unless I just sell, some stuff, I don't have, but I really don't have anything to sell. And I have no intention to buy that card. I mean, I'd rather just try and pull it, like pulling in a pack and all that stuff. But my pack luck has been really bad. One of my friends recently pulled Shohei Ohtani, and I'm extremely jealous. Posting in a group of MLB The Show, and I was just like, wow, you lucky. Mm. I think I said, you are so damn lucky, something like that. But it happens. So anyway, yeah, if you get him, that would have, net you like 70 in that thing there, and yeah, that's just pretty much that sort of thing. But now let's get into some more. We have 88 Kyle Wright of the Braves, 88 Austin Hedges, 88 Tim Anderson of the White Sox. That Austin Hedges with the Padres. I mean, I know I'm not saying the teams. I don't think it really matters. But we also got Brady Singer of the Royals, Michael A. Taylor of the Nationals, A.J. Puck, I guess that is, of the Athletics. At this time, it was Oakland Athletics. Then we got 88 Jake Bowers of the Rays. Now we get into this one, 90 Lucas Giolito, but this one is not on the marketplace. This is in the showdown, the pipeline showdown. If you do that and you beat it, then you wind up getting him. Of course, some players in here, like, I don't know why they released this one, 90 Anthony Rendon. This guy is one of the biggest disappointments in baseball, and I don't understand why they did this. But he's in the game nonetheless. Then we also got 92 Yoan Moncada. I think he's not on the marketplace. I think might be in that showdown or something. I don't really know. Then we also got 95 Vladimir Guerrero Jr. And yeah, this card goes for more than Kyle Schwarber because he's a 95, number one, and his attributes are pretty amazing, of course. And again, I don't have any intention to get him. I'm not going to put money into the game, and do that because it's not the way it should be done. I know a lot of people are doing that, and they're coming up with a new phrase now: "pay to win." Yeah, don't think I'm gonna, do that. I'd rather just play the game as it is. I would only put money in the game, just to get packs and all that, and try and pull them. So anyway, if you collect 18, it'll be Yoan Moncada for the collections. And I didn't go over the first one. If you get 7, you get a 92 Joe Adell from the Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim at that time, and Yoan Moncada when he was with the White Sox. And now the big one, if you collect 25 of these, and of course I have 13, I'll just lock them in there just for the heck of it. I'm only 5 away from Moncada. I mean, I could buy him and just see how these others go. But anyway, if you get 25, you get 93 Corey Seager of the Dodgers. And yeah, it looks like a pretty amazing card too, but I don't really do the best with Corey Seager, honestly. I mean, his cards are good and all that, and yeah, he's just a left-hander, but I'd rather, of course, if he was like a switch hitter a lot of times or a righty, I don't like to use lefties a lot. But nonetheless, he is a pretty good card, but of course, no speed at all, only 45. Fielding is decent. Power against righties is 100, and power against lefties is 90, which is not bad. But yeah, nothing really to say about that. I mean, it's just pretty much a not bad card. But I know the person that was complaining, about them, and I see what he means and stuff. I mean, but it's not the worst. I mean, but it could be better, you know. But anywho, let's go over some more. Let's probably go over the spotlight. So here we have a May spotlight drop 5. And in this one, we have some new players. 90 Ernie Clement of the Toronto Blue Jays. 90 Noah Cameron of the Kansas City Packs as well, but I will get into them. I'm just going through the rest of these in the program. And you got a bat and a few others. We have a 91 Dennis Santana, the closer for the Pittsburgh Pirates, and he's got a really good pitch selection. I mean, I've already used him in a game against a person. It wasn't play against computer or anything like that, and he's done pretty well. Then we also got a 91 Miguel Vargas of the Chicago White Sox, and honestly, it's an okay card. You know, the White Sox don't really have a whole lot. You know, they're probably going to trade some more of their players, you know, and try and get the prospects, of course, you know, and try and rebuild, of course. Same with the Marlins, the Rockies. It's another team I think that's not really doing all that great, and I forget. Well, the Athletics, you know, are struggling, of course. I mean, but a bunch of them teams are pretty much on the verge of trying to get a little bit better, and they will. Then we got an Oriole. Yes. 92 Ryan Turn and Burn O'Hearn. It's just something, you know, they call him, you know, but I really like it. And again, Ryan O'Hearn, he's a left-hander and he can play. He's a right fielder, of course, but he can also play first base and left field, and he's a DH. I've used him already, and yeah, he's at parallel too, you know, because I've been using him in a bunch of games. Speed is only 68, but it's pretty decent actually, you know, for this guy. I mean, this guy has pretty much come out of nowhere, like around 2023, I think. Like he made the roster and he just wound up doing really well for the Orioles. Yeah. Yeah, he's been doing a pretty good job. I mean, he could be an all-star this year, probably along with Jackson Holliday. You never know. But anyway, another great card. And then if you collect, well, you finish the program, get all the way to 100, you get 93 James Wood of the Washington Nationals. And yeah, pretty good card. I mean, I've used him, and he's a Maryland native, as it says, and he's not bad. You know, I've seen him play against the Orioles, I think in the month of May last month, and he destroyed us a little bit, honestly. But he did really well. I mean, he really did. And he's a really good player, and I think he's got a good future and stuff. You know, I think he's going to do really good. But yeah, and then some other stuff in here too. You also got these missions, you know, do with the past players, you know, from the others, you know, and stats too. But that's just a few others, just some stats to do, you know, get the players unlocked. Then we also got some tops players: 90 Dalton Rushing of the Dodgers, 90 Alejandro Ozuna of the Rangers, 90 Denzel Clark of the Athletics, and 90 Cole Young of the Seattle Mariners. I don't own any of these because, well, they're not expensive or anything, but I decided just to try and get the stuff done. And of course, you had to collect 4 of them to get 15. Now, there's some players in here, and of course, the extreme moment, which was, well, there was actually 2 of them. We had either, excuse me, just clear notifications on my phone. Tally 12 total bases in a game and you get 30, or score 9 runs in a game and get 30. Yeah. But anyway, now the rest of the stuff to go over. So we're going to go to the collections. So we have the Spotlight one. Now, of course, the April Retro one that they announced last month or for the month of April, and you know, collect 10, you get Eugenio Suarez, and 13 for 92 Carlos Santana. And of course, I did not get any of them because all these cards are expensive. I mean, they've gone down in pricing a little bit. Like this one of Chris Bubik is down to 13,000. He was going for 30,000, but I really don't want to spend that much. Andres Munoz goes for 30,000. O'Neal Cruz, I'm pretty sure, goes for, well, 22,000. So that's over 50 grand right there. 15,000 for that Noelvi Marte, which is over 60 grand. So you're going to spend over 100,000 stubs for all these players. I mean, if you got the stubs, and well, and of course the wrong way, if you want to put your money into the game and do that, then yeah. Again, I'm not putting money into the game. I'd rather not do that. I know it seems wrong, but I think it's the right thing. So in here, for the Metro, the May Retro, I said Metro, I'm sorry, that was an old grocery store. The May Retro Lightning one. So if you collect a bunch of these, and of course these are a lot, but I do have 4 of these, I just realized, so I will take that and get a May Spotlight one, and then I'm going to open packs after this. I've got a bunch. So, we also have, let me start at the bottom, then go to the lowest. We have 91 Danny Colombe. Yeah, I think it's pronounced Colombe. I thought it was Colombe, or, I'm pretty sure it's pronounced Colombe. A former Baltimore Oriole, now with the Minnesota Twins, and I'm very happy, to see him doing good. He really is. Wish he was with Baltimore, though, but he really is doing really good. And I've used him a little bit. He's done really well. I had to get strikeouts with relief pitchers in ranked seasons game, but yeah, good pitches, he throws. Yep, good amount of stuff. So we also got 91 Wilson Contreras of the Cardinals, which is a first baseman, but he can also play catcher. Goes for over 20,000 stubs, but yeah. 91 Bailey Ober. I think it's pronounced Ober for the Pittsburgh Pirates. I'm watching Rookie of the Year, and Henry Rowan Gardner, has got like a uniform on, well, a jersey, whatever, that kind of resembles the Pittsburgh Pirates. So yeah. Anyway, but good pitch selection, but not bad. Then we got 91 Michael Garcia of the Royals. 92 Randy Rodriguez of the San Francisco Giants. Looks like a pretty good card, but of course goes to close to 30,000 stubs. 92 Cody Clemens, and yes, if you're questioning, is he related to Roger Clemens? Yes. He is the son of Roger Clemens. Yeah, I thought like his name was Kobe Clemens or something, but I don't know if he has just one child or 2. I mean, I think he has 2 children. I'm not too sure, but yeah, Cody Clemens hit a home run, I think against Boston or something, but he hit 5 home runs in the month of May. And yeah, he's done pretty well. And it's good to see his dad, cheering him on and stuff, even though people are against Roger Clemens because of everything that's going on with him. But I'm going to be honest, I really think Roger Clemens should be in the Hall of Fame. I know people are going to dislike it and probably stop watching this video and probably say, no, he doesn't deserve to be in the Hall of Fame because of what he did. I don't really think Clemens cheated, though. I mean, but he probably did, but people say Barry Bonds didn't cheat and Mark McGwire and Sammy Sosa, but to me, I think they did. But Roger Clemens, he probably did too. But I really wish they would put him in the Hall of Fame, but I don't think they're going to. Now over here, we have 92 Gavin Sheets. Now, I'm going to say something here, about this person. This guy is related to a former Baltimore Orioles player. Now, for you Oriole fans that know exactly who the person is I'm talking about, he is related to former Baltimore Orioles, I want to say he was a first baseman, and I think outfielder too, Larry Sheets. Yes, I know you're questioning, who is Larry Sheets? Well, I met Larry Sheets recently. He was here in Baltimore, and he's a very nice guy. I mean, I met another person, which is Rick Dempsey. I mean, he wasn't as nice as Rick Dempsey, but I got my picture taken with him, and I got an autograph as well, too. I mean, he was a very nice person, and his son is doing really, really well, too. He had led Padres in home runs with 7 and RBIs with 9. Yeah, he's doing really well, and of course, he's a Maryland native, and he's probably having a better season than his dad. I mean, but his dad, played for at least about 9 or 10 years, I think, in the majors. But I think his dad had a pretty good career. I mean, even though he didn't put up Hall of Fame numbers and all that stuff, but I think, Gavin Sheets, is going to have a pretty good career. And hopefully, again, that he does. I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty confident. Now we have 92 Isak Paredes. I think for some reason it is pronounced Isak, but I leave it as Isaac, Isaac Paredes. And of course, I question, if he's related to Jimmy Paredes, a person that played for the Orioles. I don't really think he did. But just another card, they added to the game. But even though I despise the Astros very much, that just going to leave it as that. Just not a fan of them that much anymore. Then we have 92 Merrill Kelly of the Arizona Diamondbacks. And of course, looks like a really good card to use. Pitch selection is great with the four-seamer to go along with that. Circle change, cutter, sinker, and slider. Yep. Then we also have 92 Will Benson. And I think I pulled this card, but I think I wound up selling him, to get some stubs. Of course, I could have sold these cards, and get some stubs as well. But because I got 4 of them and it'll give me the May Spotlight one, it will contain a player. It could be one of these. I wish I can get Gavin Sheets. And then we also got 93 Nathan Eovaldi, which is a person I pulled, and 93 Junior Caminero of the Tampa Bay Rays. Okay, now let's go over the rest. Collect 4 of them, you get the May Spotlight pack. Collect 7, you get 93 Jacob Wilson of the Athletics. And he's related to Jack Wilson because I found out last night when the Orioles were playing the Athletics, Jacob Wilson is the son of Jack Wilson, and they were facing Charlie Morton last night. And of course, Charlie Morton's been around for a good while, so they showed on there Charlie Morton, was a teammate of Matt Holliday, the father of Jackson Holliday, and they faced each other before, and then we had Charlie Morton pitching to Jacob Wilson last night, even though the Athletics beat us. Yeah, unfortunately. I need to take a drink of some water. That's so good. I haven't really drank water recently. I mean, I've been drinking soda a little bit. Well, diet sodas, even though they're better than regular sodas, but not really the greatest to drink. But I've also been drinking Powerade Zero because I've been working a lot. I've just been drinking it, just like get some energy a little bit, when I've been working, But I've had energy, but sometimes I've had some days where I had not, and I'm like, oh, I need something to drink. But yeah. And yeah, again, if you collect 7, you get the 93 Jacob Wilson. Once again, sorry to repeat. All right. And then if you collect all 10 of them, you get 94 flashback Bryce Harper of the Washington Nationals from May 2015. And honestly, I'm not too thrilled about this one. Well, number one, I can't stand Bryce Harper. I think he is very overrated. I know people disagree with that a lot of times, but the thing is, Bryce Harper, is just not one of my favorite players anymore. I mean, I can't stand him, but it is a very nice card. I know a lot of people already have him because people have already put money into the game to get him. And of course, his attributes are pretty good. Power against lefties is only 93, which is a little surprising. But I guess if it was a little bit higher, he would be more than a 94. And power against righties is pretty good. Speed is only 57, but he doesn't really have very much speed. Fielding, is not bad. And yeah, so that is, of course, if you get all 10 of them, but you have to get all these players, and once again, I have 4 of them, so if I get 3 more, and again, a lot of these are not cheap, unfortunately. You're going to spend at least, you're going to spend over 100,000 subs, to get a good amount of them to get Harper. But I'm not doing all that. And did I forget somebody? I think I did. Well, we have this one, the May Lightning. If you collect 5 of them, well, if you get 3, you get an April Spotlight pack, but collecting 5 will get you a 94 Tarek Skubal of the Detroit Tigers. And honestly, well, I mean, I've already used him, and card, is really good, but I don't know if it's any different, than his live series card. So let's go over to the Tigers, and yeah, I still don't have the collections done. Well, even though this one's an 89, and pretty much, he's a really good card. I'd like to get him to Parallel 5, but I did use the new card recently, and the new one, and I thought both of these, said Motor City on them. I think they do, doesn't it? Yeah. But anywho, I can't really do a comparison, but I mean, yeah, this one obviously, has different stuff, than even though the circle change is like the primary pitch for him, but he just throws the same pitches, I think, as the live series. Yeah, but the primary one is the fastball, of course. Yeah, really, really well, and trying to get him to Parallel 5, but I pretty much am sure that I will. But anywho, I'm trying to move on to something different now. Now, of course, the fourth inning bosses that they wound up releasing. So, of course, all this other stuff that they release, we have another Cornerstone Evolution program. We have 3 players, and of course, they are now starting at Diamonds. We have 85 Craig Kimbrell of the San Diego Padres, 85 Eric Davis of the Cincinnati Reds, and 85 Marcus Semien of the Athletics. I mean, I want to say Oakland Athletics, because at this time in 2020, they were the Oakland Athletics. But yeah. And the rest of them, the Golds, Jim Palmer, Justin Turner, Ralph Kiner, JD Martinez, Tony Clark, Bruce Sutter, and yeah. And the Silvers, Bobby Abreu, Dick Allen, and Ubaldo Jimenez. Then, of course, some stubs, Ballin' as a Habit packs, and a few others. And yeah. Then we got the deluxe pack, which is either Crescent Moon, the Egg Hunt, the New Threads and Pipeline, just all that stuff. And if you get the 235,000 XP, you get the choice of one of these bosses. We have 94 Derek Jeter of the New York Yankees, of course. We have 94 Hank Greenberg from the Detroit Tigers, and 94 Nolan Ryan of, at this time, I think it was pretty much the California Angels, I think, but nonetheless, Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim. And of course, I'm pretty sure people are picking Nolan Ryan first instead of these two, and then their second pick is probably Derek Jeter and then Hank Greenberg, or the other way they pick Hank Greenberg second and Derek Jeter. But yeah, of course, only 17 have met Parallel 5. Jeter, only 7 do, and Hank Greenberg, nobody. All right. More deluxe packs, another Boss one, then a Crescent Moon pack, either Bo Bichette, Jameer Candelario, Jock Peterson, Lou Brock, the expensive ones, then Mason Wynn, Dalton Varsho, Bryce Turang, Sean Murphy, Jason Giambi, Kerry Carpenter, Colt Keith, Zach Neto, Elliot Ramos, Andy Pajes, Joey Bart, Joseph Ortiz, Harmon Killebrew, Jesus Sanchez, Alan Trammell, and J.J. Bleday. And, of course, the pipeline. All these players I already mentioned, though. Starling Marte is one of them, and Andrew Vaughn, Mitch Keller. All these people, in here. And there's some that I did not mention, but yeah. And, of course, if you collect the players, I do have these two, but Eric Gagne, he's going for $16,000. If I do collect them, it would be 30,000 XP, which would put me at 170,000, which would just net me all this stuff. But I'm not really a big, huge fan of using Eric Gagne that much. And the team affinity is the color rush things, or color storm things. I keep calling it color rush. I got the American League East done, and I got Cleveland. I'm still trying to get Kansas City. Detroit, I'm getting close to. The White Sox, a little close. Got the Angels. The Astros, I got. Close to the Mets. Don't really have much for the National League. Got the Cubs. Close to the Cardinals. Close to San Diego. And close to San Francisco and Colorado. Okay, and we went over all that stuff. Now we did the collections. Let's go into here and let's do some packs. And yep, as you see, I have 52. The reason is because I was playing the ranked seasons and I got the 50 packs. And anytime you get 50 packs, you get a chase pack, which is the opportunity to find the 95 Vladimir Guerrero Jr. How amazing that would be if I could get him. Or better yet, Shohei Ohtani. Then the May Spotlight thing, which will be one of these players. And actually, it will be one of these players. It won't be anything less. I'd really like to get Gavin Sheets, because I'd really wish I could, but my pack luck hasn't been the greatest. And then one of these, the Premier, Egg Hunt, New Threads, or Pipeline, well, it's obviously going to be one of them. All right, but just to go over something real quick, and also the Weekend Classics thing, I have 3 wins, and I did pick up 7 bonus of habit packs, and of course I did not get any diamonds, which is no surprise. The World Series thing, well, it's still Pedro Martinez and George Springer, but it will be a new one, as it will be something different in a day. And now the multiplayer program, and as you see, I finished it and got 50 packs, and also the Premier pack as well, and all that, and the XP with people like Mike Piazza and the other person that was part of that program. And who was the other one? Shoot. It was Mike Piazza, Brian Dozier, and that's pretty much it. And a flashback one of the Battle Royale thing. I've got 2 of them, I think. But yeah, anyway, let's stop this right now, and let's go over to the packs. So I'm going to start with the regular ones, and again, I have 52. I'll already start with the diamond, and it's the Mets uniform. I have that, so we'll sell that for 1,000. All right. Of course, 90% of the time we're gonna, get bronze. Unfortunately, you never know. I mean, my odds of getting a diamond are pretty good because I got a lot. But even if I get gold, that's fine too. I mean, I'm not really selling them. I'm keeping, a good amount of them, so that way I can quick sell them and maybe get up to 5,000 stubs or anything like that, or unless they're at 84, close to a diamond. And so far, nothing. Oh, okay, all right. It's blue. Oh my God, come on. Second baseman. Who is it? Who is it? Oh my God. Oh God, get off my screen, please. Please leave. Thank you. All right. Okay, that was not good. Let's move on. Let's pretend that didn't happen. God, that was another diamond. Oh God, you're going from Okay, that's not worse than Anthony Rendon, but I do not like those Orioles jerseys. I do not like the City Connect uniforms. I know people, probably do like them, but not me. And there's a bunch of others too, even though we have 1 games in them too. Yeah. Alright. Oriole jersey, not Oriole jersey, that was the Red Sox. Alright. Gold over there. Okay, Chris Bubik. Still got plenty of others to go. We got some diamonds guaranteed in this one and probably this one too. But the chase pack, well, I hope it's a diamond, even though most of the time, it is a diamond. Bo Bichette there, nice. Terrain. Alright. Okay, nothing. Stupid home run calls thing there. I do not like those, honestly. Another diamond thing. Okay, one of those things. That's nothing. Silver. Johan Duran. I think he used to be a gold. Jesus Luzardo. I've got 4 of him. Another one of these. Yeah, I know I only have 126 or 125,000 subs. I mean, I would have more if I maybe pull Shohei Ohtani, but I think it really would be best if I kept him. But I do need to get Aaron Judge and Bobby Witt Jr. Yeah. So for only 1 diamond, I'd like to replace that diamond that I pulled, with Shohei Ohtani. That'd really be great. It would be nice if you could trade, with players like your friends. I'd say, hey, whoever, this friend of yours is, can I trade my diamond, for yours? Like, can I trade? Yeah, but they pretty much don't do that. But it would be interesting if they did that. Alright, we're down to 18. Sometimes that Benny guy, I think, his channel's like Benny No. He's like a best friend of Dodger Films, Bobby Crosby. Yeah, him and his son Lumpy would open packs. I mean, they still do it, but Lumpy has been busy with his Little League baseball that he's been doing. A few others, the baseball that he's been doing. Yeah, he has pretty much been busy with that. And yeah, and what they would do is they would do numbers on here, like when they would open the packs, and it would the number, of a Dodger player and all that stuff. So yeah, I mean, maybe I should have done that, like for former Orioles or current Orioles. All right, so we're down to 17. So we have B.J. Surhoff, Corey Patterson wore 17. And Colton Cowser, who is the current player that wears number 17. But yeah, hopefully 17 is a good one. Nothing. 16. Jason Johnson, I know, wore that number, and we had a coach, which was Jim Presley, I think, like one of our coaches. But I don't really know, honestly. I mean, I don't really know another person that wore number 16. Because Jason Johnson, I know he, was number 16 he was a pitcher for us, but I really don't know anybody else. Let's move on. Still nothing. Now 15. For this, we had Matt Wieters. He wore that number in the beginning. We had a catcher like Craig Tatum. I don't really know who else wore 15, because I know there was a bunch of others, that did, but it's not coming to me. Supposed to get some nasty weather tonight too. I mean, it is 9:25 p.m. Eastern time, and I'm looking at the Weather Channel. I mean, I'm hoping we don't get any severe weather tonight. I really hope not. I hope we luck out. So I'm looking at the radar. Still showing around 11:50. It might be pretty bad. I don't want it to be a restless night. But anyway, 14, we had Nolan Reimold, and again, I know there's probably more that we had, but they're not coming to me. Still nothing. My goodness. 13. Well, we had Manny Machado that wore that number. I don't know if there's anybody currently that wears it. Nothing there. Number 12. I think we had Steve Lombardozzi, a player back in the day that had that number. I don't really know anybody else at number 12. Oh, I think current player Ramon Laureano had that number, or he does, excuse me. Still nothing. 11. Jeffrey Hammonds, player I remember back in the day. Pretty underrated player. Still nothing there. We'll sell that. Number 10. Miguel Tejada, I know, wore that number. And, of course, Adam Jones. Yep. Come on, 10. Nothing. Number 9, Brady Anderson. And also, I think Paul Blair wore that number. Thought of another player, but he really didn't. All right. Nothing. Number 8, Cal Ripken Jr. That's the only one. And nothing, of course. Number 7, Cal Ripken Sr., Cal Ripken Jr., and Billy Ripken's father. And current Oriole Jackson Holiday. Where's that number? Nothing. Number 6, Belvin Mora, Joe Orsulak. 2 great Oriole players. And another person that wears number 6 right now, Ryan Mountcastle. I think he's currently on the injured list. But he'll be back soon, I'm pretty sure. Oh, Royals jersey. We don't even have that one? Oh, wow. Number 5, the late, great Brooks Robinson. May he rest in peace. Nothing. Number 4, the late, great manager and the greatest manager in Orioles history, Earl Weaver. May he rest in peace as well. Nothing. Number 3, that played for us. I don't know any more people that had number 3. I mean, I'm sure some others did, but anyway. Come on. Nothing. Number 2, J.J. Hardy. I think Brett Barbary did as well, but yeah. Number 1, Al Bumbry, Brian Roberts. That's pretty much about it. And nothing. Yep. All right. I only pulled that 1 diamond. And again, I'll take that back. All right. The Premier Pack. Let's see what we get. The pipeline, is like, contains 3 players, but I don't think there's really anything like that. The new threads, once again, it's like same thing, gold or better, and egg hunt. I'll just go with the egg hunt. See if I can get something good in there. Alright, here we go. If I can sell these, and yeah, they're all diamond. Don't be the same player. I've seen people posting that. Left fielder, I don't know who it is. Jason Bay. I should have known. Next. Still purple. Okay, it's not a left fielder. It looks like Edward Cabrera. Yeah. And last one, purple. Okay. Right fielder, Tony Oliva. Okay. Well, nothing there. So struck out with those. Sell. Won't let me sell for that much, or? Okay, I guess I gotta sell it for $22.62. I don't like when it does that. Edward Cabrera. Nope. So $23.51, I guess. And Tony Oliva. We'll just sell him for $15. All right, 2 left. Let's go with the Diamond Spotlight. It's just 1 person, but it is going to be a 90s person. It's guaranteed. Second baseman. It's not Gavin Sheets. Cody Clemens. Okay, cool. I will take it. All right, and that will get me 5. Okay, now the chase pack. So let's hope we can get a good one in this one. I really hope we can. I hope it's a diamond. That is. All right. Come on. It's purple. Damn it. Left fielder. Yordan Alvarez and Astro. Goodbye. All right, so sold Jason Bay and sold Eric Cabrera as well, and the Tony Oliva one, I sold that, so now I'm over 134,000 stubs. Okay, now, the Battle Royale thing, we got Ryan Helsley, and we got, what's his name, Jim Rice. Of course, they are going for him, a good amount. And the events, well, that's just pretty much the same thing. It's the May Spotlight one, but The only thing it does is just gets the program thing, just the XP and all that stuff. So, okay. Was gonna get on Discord with some of my friends tonight. I think they're doing some games, but I don't know. Don't really know yet. Watching the close to the end of Rookie of the Year. One of my favorite 90s baseball movies growing up. Yeah. Even though people, didn't really probably care for this movie a lot of times because probably didn't like the story and they didn't. Well, I mean, I know people don't like this, more than the baseball movie The Sandlot, but Rookie of the Year is still a funny movie. It has its funny moments and all that stuff, but people just pretty much say, no, it's not really that funny. People are different. Of course, YouTube has got like free movies and stuff, which is really awesome. Yep, good movie. Got a really good ending. Okay. Trying to think what I'm gonna do. I mean, I've done a lot of talking. I know I, went over a lot of this. I'm probably gonna wrap it up. Because I've already done, a little bit of some games. I got frustrated, unfortunately, because I played a person and I got shut out. I'm a little disappointed about that. I think I'm just gonna probably, wrap this up and probably watch another movie. Probably chill, with maybe see if my friends are on Discord. I might do that. And we got some weather, coming tonight too. I'm not too sure, but yeah. All right. Well, sorry everybody, but I thought I'm sure you probably wanted to see a game, but I'm sorry, again, but I'm gonna wrap this up. So hope everybody enjoyed watching this. So I might do some videos though on my YouTube. I might do some videos on there, but we'll see about it. Okay. So I'm gonna wrap this up yet again. Thanks again, everybody, for joining in. All right. So you all take care. Hope everybody enjoyed as well. And thank you again for joining in. All right. All right. Whoops. Whoop. Whoop. Yeah. I didn't feel that was going to happen. I knew I was going to drop my phone. I'm sorry, folks. I was trying to get the charger out of my phone because it's fully charged. So there we go. Okay. Thanks again for watching. You all take care.